Good morning. Welcome to Story Trading VIP pre-market prep. It's Wednesday, June 5th. All right, a little different. We'll just set up this morning. I'm doing this show from home. We're going to do a quick show because I got to run to my son's graduation right after this. Okay, so we'll be done 9:15 a.m. sharp. Audio, visual, let me know if it's okay, guys. Sorry, the visual is not going to be as good today, but the audio, leave a comment there if you can't hear me well, and I'll switch my earpiece here. Okay, so what do we got this morning? First of all, quick, we'll go over yesterday's trade ideas. We'll look at the model portfolio, but first, macro look. We had ADP data coming in much worse than expected, which could be good, right? Bad news is good news. Economy weakening. Easier for the Fed to decrease interest rates. So you can see a bid up there in TLT. TLT's already been breaking out. We've been talking about this for a couple of days. Look at this. It gapped up above. We covered this on the show 2 mornings ago. Gapping up above the 20/50 200-day moving average. Now you got some additional fundamental news that's good for a further bid in TLT, drop in rates, which is good for risk assets like IWM. You see IWM up 0.6% this morning. So, but anyway, this is a stock picker's market. Let's go to yesterday. Yesterday, our trade ideas were a little bit challenged. We did have NVIDIA in there that worked out, but we gave you 4 trade ideas: DraftKings, Viking Therapeutics, UKTX, Zim, and NVIDIA. So NVIDIA moving towards their 1200 target, probably going to exceed it at this point, looking pretty good. All right, but Zim and DraftKings kind of held their own, but the problem was VKTX did not work out the way we expected. It's in this gap. I'll tell you, technically speaking, it can, fill that gap there at 38.50 or so. But, in this case, I was willing to take the risk. I stepped into this after doing some research on the data that came out. The data was good. I still continue to believe they'll be bought out for over $100 this year, BKTX. So I stepped in at the top of this gap fill, about $57. It's right about there now. But yes, I am conceding the technicals can take you down to 38, but I don't care. I think it's fundamentally too cheap. And I think you can always get news any day of buyout rumors or an actual buyout at well over $100. Analysts all agree with that. So let me just see which analysts I put in the chat room here. It was that I saw, at least in the Webull feed: Oppenheimer, Raymond James, Maxim, H.C. Wainwright, Leerink, all of them, and probably more. I don't get the full feed in Webull, defending VKTX, reiterating their buy ratings. At least one of them increased their price target. I think two of them, of those bunch there, increased their price target 90 to 138. So we're in good company here if you're going to step into this technical gap, which is pretty terrible. I think technical traders are probably staying away, but I got a longer term outlook on VKTX, and I am, again, possibility you see a huge gap up and a buyout when it's inside this gap, even if it's heading to 38. You never know when you just get some news and this thing's bought out for over $100. So VKTX didn't work out yesterday as a trade idea. It hurt our model portfolio returns. We'll get to that in just a minute, but I'm sticking with it. All right. Now for today, what are the top trade ideas for today? And I think we're going to go with this: Shop, Palantir, SMCI, Micron. By the way, Bitcoin yesterday wasn't one of our top picks, but in the VIP chat room, just like the day before, right? NVAX wasn't a top pick, but within about a half hour of the open, we identified that NVAX was going to explode. It's been on our radar for fundamental reasons. So in our VIP chat, we were all over NVAX 2 days ago. And the same thing with Bitcoin yesterday. It wasn't a top pick in the morning, but it's been on our radar for a technical breakout. And yesterday morning, when the thing was like 69,000, it was around 69,000. I'm like, this thing is heading to the 70s. And by the way, I think it's heading to 74 to 76,000 by Monday, maybe earlier. Okay, Bitcoin, we've had a very good track record predicting all the big directional changes in Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin moves, it moves fast. When it breaks out fast, really in breathtaking ways. It doesn't give you much of a chance to act on it. So we do have Bitcoin in our model portfolio. I added Hood as a trading position yesterday because of the strength in Bitcoin. Now, maybe that wasn't the best vehicle. Coinbase, MSTR, MicroStrategy, they seem to do much better. Maybe some of the miners. I liked Hood. I've been on top of Hood for other reasons, fundamental inflection point reasons, other catalysts that were happening the last few weeks. So I thought that if Bitcoin breaks out, Hood can break out as well. So, but we'll see. So far, it hasn't worked out. I should have just gone straight with Coinbase or Bitcoin itself, BTO, something like that. In any case, 2240 is a level that Hood has to beat to really explode that recent high. All right, so that was a Bitcoin that we called yesterday. So if you're not part of the VIP community, you missed the call on NVAX on Monday. You missed the call on Bitcoin yesterday. But as far as other trade ideas for today, now we've covered almost all of these in the past, right? Shop, Palantir, we like these. SMCI, Micron, we like these already for fundamental reasons, for recent catalysts that have happened. And now they're on my radar for technical breakout reasons. So Shop has been on radar since Goldman Sachs a couple weeks ago upgraded this with, I think, a $74 price target. I think they increased from 67 to 74. So that's been on radar. In fact, we added it to our model portfolio. Shop is in our model portfolio in our growth stock bucket. Now this morning you can see Shop breaking above the 20 DMA RSI low. This is a big deal. Look at this. It's just sky blue clear up here. I could see Shop making a move to at least 62.73 pretty quickly, and maybe to the bottom of this gap would be the first target after that. So 64.20, and we'll see. This thing could keep going up to, oh wow, look at that beautiful area, up to around 68. So like 62 to 68, 62.74 to 68 possible targets on Shop. It's in our model portfolio. Yesterday, I added some call options as I was looking at that breakout happen. Similarly, Palantir, not in our model portfolio. It's not my favorite because of valuation concerns. For AI stocks, this 4P of 66 is pretty much the highest of any of the AI stocks we own. So I maybe it's a mistake. I don't have it in my model portfolio, but let's look at this trade situation here. They had a big government contract a few days ago. That's when it landed on our radar. It must have been this open green candle day when we caught that. That was May 30th. I think it was like was it a half billion? I think maybe it was even more, but it was an AI contract, government AI contract. I think at least a $500 million. So this thing's been strong since that catalyst. Now you got the 50 DMA 2209 gapping up above that, pretty much sky blue up here, or possibly $1.50 or so, maybe more. So Palantir and Shop looking sky blue at these technical breakout levels, definitely on top of our list. Now SMCI, all right, this is just a play on money flow and the AI theme, and the fact that NVIDIA is basically hitting our target, which when it was around 900, we gave you a target of 1,000 to 1,200 after that earnings report. I'm sorry, yeah, 1,100 to 1,200. We give you an 1,100 to 1,200 target. It's nearing that 1,200. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes much higher. We have this in a model portfolio, but I think this is NVIDIA is going to provide a tailwind to the whole AI sector. Right now, everyone's hyper focused on this upcoming split. But as the excitement of that wears down, as people take their profits on this split on NVIDIA, I can see money rotating back into other AI names, and SMCI is one of the hottest AI names with a good valuation, forward PE of 35. So SMCI's turn, I don't know if it starts today, but they did have a catalyst early this morning that could trigger it. Supermicro introduces rack scale, plug and play, liquid cooled AI superclusters for NVIDIA. Okay, I don't know what any of this means, but it has all the right buzzwords at pretty much the right time. All right, so this can trigger SMCI to make a significant move here. Again, I don't know if it's going to be today, the day before NVIDIA splits, the day after NVIDIA splits, a couple days after NVIDIA splits, but I do expect money to rotate back into SMCI and take us back up above these moving averages, maybe above 870 on SMCI. So when we get to, I only have 5 minutes left, but we're going to open up our model portfolio spreadsheet. You'll see one of the changes made this morning. I don't like making changes at the open because it's very hard to track performance at opening prices, and you have to deal with like complex calculations with the gaps. It's much easier to do at the end of the day. I've been talking about this rotation to SMCI for a couple of days. My mistake for not officially doing it at yesterday's close. It would have been much easier. Now, I already did this, not only in the model portfolio, but in my personal account. I swapped out Oracle for SMCI. All right, we'll talk about that. We'll look at that spreadsheet in just a second. Other areas I think can do well here. MU, a couple catalysts, all right? Now, I don't know the significance of this. Air and Liquid plans 250 million plant to supply gas from Micron. Now, that probably speaks to the demand that Micron's having. And then yesterday, Goldman Sachs upgrades their target from 122 to 138. So we're starting to see some stack catalysts in Micron in a stock that's being positively impacted by AI, and probably one of the lower valuations. I know it doesn't reflect in the PE there of 150, price to sales of 7. A lot of this revenue growth is going to hit the bottom line, I believe. Wow, SMCI is even a lower price to sales. I didn't realize that. All right, what's NVIDIA at? Let's see, NVIDIA 35. Oh my Lord. All right, but in any case, Micron, I believe I've liked this for a while. It's in our model portfolio. I think memory is going to be one of the next big things. As everyone's using AI, it's going to gobble up so much more storage and memory. So Micron, dual catalyst here this morning and yesterday with the upgrade. I like this gap up this morning, and I think we're going to be heading to 133 plus new all-time highs. Is that all-time highs, or is that, hold on, it's probably not all-time. It's a multi-year high. I think we were higher at one point. Yeah, 142.72 is the all-time high. All right. So I'm liking Micron on those dual catalysts in the chart this morning. Bitcoin, I already talked to you about. Now, Bitcoin, honestly, and I told my community yesterday, I always have a hard time playing Bitcoin. I've called every twist and turn of Bitcoin, but I always end up not playing it right because the call options are so expensive on BTO. MSTR is really highly too overvalued. Also, the coin option, the call options is very expensive on MSTR and coin. If you know which stocks to play and how to play them and execute well on that, I think this is the time to do it. Bitcoin is heading to 74,000 plus, going to break that high of 73,826 and probably exceed it You can see these higher lows riding up this 20 DMA, looking gorgeous, relative low RSI. I really like Bitcoin here. Unfortunately, I don't have the confidence or the right tools in my toolbox to play the surge in Bitcoin right. I never do it right. Let's see if Hood works out. That's the bet that I made yesterday on this. But yeah, to be honest, the more popular names probably going to work better, whether it's Coin or Mara or some of the miners, CLSK, Iron, whatever, MSTR. So have some fun with that. I think Bitcoin is definitely in play. All right. And then the last thing I want to mention is DraftKings. DraftKings, disappointed a little bit yesterday, but I still like this, man. We have a double position in our model portfolio. I really think the market's overreacted to this news of higher taxes in Illinois, and I'm looking for at least a move back to the 200 DMA. We had a catalyst yesterday, so 200 DMA 37.10. It was a nice upgrade. Was it Goldman Sachs or who was it? Let's see. Who upgraded? Bank of America. Bank of America added stock to its US1 list. Again, I don't know what that is, but Nvidia's on it, so that's not a bad thing. In any case, I was looking for a catalyst to turn DraftKings around. So I'm in this, not only in our model portfolio, not only in my personal long-term account, but also call options in my trade account. All right, so to wrap it up on trade ideas for today, I think the ones that have the most confidence here are Shop, Palantir, SMCI, Micron, and whatever Bitcoin play you want to do. All right, so let's call them 5, and whether it's Bitcoin Direct, Hood, etc. Hopefully, DraftKings will be there, but what is that? 1, 2, 3. That's already like 6. All right, we'll throw DraftKings in. So the 6 stocks you can pick the one or the ones you want to focus on. I personally am in a bunch of these. I mean, only Palantir I don't have a position in. All right, but I got long-term common shares in all of these except Palantir, and I got call options in Shop and Hood and DraftKings. Yes, Shop, Hood, DraftKings, and a little bit VKTX. All right, so that's my trade situation. Now let's see. Now I'm working from home, a little bit difficult today. Let's see if I can show you the model portfolio. Let me see if I can do a screen share here. 1 second. Share screen. Let's see if this works. You see that? I think you see it. Okay, so model portfolio here. Yesterday was a really tough day. Actually, I didn't have a chance to update this data, but we underperformed pretty significantly because of VKTX being down like 15%. So I got to fill that in. I'll do that, so it'll be available for you guys tomorrow. But for today, all right, a couple changes that I'm doing. We already replaced Oracle with SMCI. All right, did that at pre-market prices. So as far as the spreadsheet goes, we're going to calculate that at the opening price. Imagine you sell Oracle at the opening price, you buy SMCI at the opening price, okay? Now, the other things I want to do, which, man, it's going to be hard to calculate here, but I'll figure it out, is to go 2x weight on ARKB, which is Bitcoin, and 2x weight on, do I want to do Micron? Or should I just, I had it in here. We're going to go 2x weight on Micron this morning. I already have too many complicated formulas to calculate. Let's just leave it at, I'm not signed in. All right, so I'm unable to edit this on the fly here. But okay, what we're gonna do is, this one's official for sure. Oracle, SMCI is gonna replace Oracle. Forget about this 2 times Micron. But what I really want to achieve, I've been talking about this in the chat room for AI bucket. I really want to get rid of Google, Amazon, and Microsoft, because that's just QQQ. All right. If you want an index, you get the index. All right. We're trying to outperform the indices. We want to have a pure play exposure to AI. And I think to get some beta on this AI exposure, I'd rather just have NVIDIA, Micron, TSM, ARM, SMCI, and Dell. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. So, all right, maybe we'll calculate that at the close. I've been hard pressed to do this because honestly, I'm not sure I want to do it on my personal account. I don't. I like Microsoft and Amazon a lot. So to like replace that with a plain vanilla QQQ, gonna be hard for me to do that. So maybe I'll just do it for you guys for the model portfolio. So we have a pure play AI bucket. I'll see. I'll make that decision later today. All right. But for sure, what we're doing here is going 2 times on Bitcoin. That means you got to sell some of these other things to fund it. So some energy, some gold and silver, uranium, sell some Ethereum, and let's go 2 times weight in ARKB. All right, we will start doing that today, anticipating this breakout to 74 to 76,000 and replacing Oracle with SMCI and Micron. Yeah, let's not do that one today. Got too many weird calculations to do at these opening prices. All right, now let's go back over here to the studio and let's turn this one off. And oh my, I'm late. I gotta go. All right. So one last look at this, so we can lock in what we're going to be focused on. So as far as trade ideas, shop pounds here, SMCI, MU, and Bitcoin plays basically, and third DraftKings in there. All right. Good luck, guys. Today you got the free preview. I really gotta go. If you want to see us every single morning at 9 a.m. download our free app, storytrading.com/app. We'll see you there. Take care. Bye-bye.